20 questions on the American Civil War, the conflict that remade the nation. We start easy, but the double shot is for the true experts. Pour your coffee and keep score. The American Civil War was fought primarily during which years? A. 1775 to 1783. B. 1812 to 1815. C. 1861 to 1865. D. 1898 to 1901. This 1863 proclamation declared enslaved people in the rebelling Confederate States to be free. A. Emancipation. B. Liberation. C. Reconstruction. D. Secession. Which Union general accepted the South's surrender and later became the 18th U.S. President? A. Robert E. Lee. B. Ulysses S. Grant. C. Stonewall Jackson. D. George McClellan. Who served as President of the Confederate States of America? A. Andrew Johnson. B. John C. Calhoun. C. Jefferson Davis. D. Alexander Stephens. The Confederate Army in the East was famously led by which general for Virginia? A. William T. Sherman. B. George Meade. C. Ambrose Burnside. D. Robert E. Lee. The war began in April 1861 when Confederate forces fired on which federal fort in Charleston Harbor? A. Fort Sumter. B. Fort McHenry. C. Fort Ticonderoga. D. Fort Knox. That's your warm-up. Were those questions easy for you? They start to get harder now. The war's bloodiest battle, a 3-day clash in Pennsylvania in July 1863, was fought where? A. Chancellorsville. B. Gettysburg. C. Fredericksburg. D. Cold Harbor. Recall that in Quiz 1, you learned that Antietam holds the record for the bloodiest single day. Gettysburg was the bloodiest battle. Lincoln's 1863 Gettysburg Address opened with "Fourscore and 7 years ago," a span pointing back to 1776. How many years is that? A. 47 years. B. 107 years. C. 27 years. D. 87 years. A score is 20 years, so fourscore and 7 is 87. President Lincoln was assassinated at Ford's Theater in 1865 by which actor? A. John Wilkes Booth. B. Lee Harvey Oswald. C. Charles Guiteau. D. Leon Czolgosz. All of these men assassinated a president. Oswald killed Kennedy, Guiteau killed Garfield, and Czolgosz killed McKinley. Which Union general led the destructive 1864 March to the Sea across Georgia? A. George Meade. B. Philip Sheridan. C. William T. Sherman. D. Winfield Scott. In 1862, the ironclad USS Monitor dueled which Confederate ironclad, rebuilt from the captured USS Merrimack? A. CSS Alabama. B. CSS Hunley. C. CSS Shenandoah. D. CSS Virginia. Which 1865 constitutional amendment formally abolished slavery in the United States? A. The First Amendment. B. The 13th Amendment. C. The 19th Amendment. D. The 21st Amendment. Are you still here? Ready for the dark roast round? The war effectively ended in April 1865 when Lee surrendered to Grant at which Virginia village? A. Appomattox Courthouse. B. Harper's Ferry. C. Manassas Junction. D. Spotsylvania. The Union's grand strategy to blockade southern ports and divide the Confederacy was nicknamed the what plan? A. Python. B. Cobra. C. Anaconda. D. Viper. Which Confederate general, born his nickname at the first major battle, was mortally wounded by his own men's fire in 1863? A. J.E.B. Stuart. B. Stonewall Jackson. C. James Longstreet. D. P.G.T. Beauregard. Which siege, ending July 4th, 1863, gave the Union control of the Mississippi River and split the Confederacy? A. Shiloh. B. Chickamauga. C. Antietam. D. Vicksburg. Gettysburg and Vicksburg fell within a day of each other. Gettysburg ended on July 3rd, and Vicksburg surrendered on July 4th. Together, they're usually called the war's turning point. The first major land battle, fought in Virginia in July 1861, was called Bull Run in the North, and what in the South? A. Manassas. B. Sharpsburg. C. Antietam. D. Shiloh. Which formerly enslaved abolitionist published the newspaper, the North Star, and advised President Lincoln? A. Nat Turner. B. Harriet Tubman. C. Frederick Douglass. D. Dred Scott. Here comes the double shot round. 2 questions designed to separate true history buffs from the rest of the crowd. Which state was the first to secede from the Union in December 1860? A. Virginia. B. South Carolina. C. Mississippi. D. Georgia. Juneteenth, marks June 19th, 1865, the day Union troops finally brought word of emancipation to enslaved people in which state? A. Florida. B. Louisiana. C. Alabama. D. Texas. That's our first American Civil War quiz. Next, we travel south of the border for a quiz about Mexico and the borderlands. Please like and subscribe so you'll know when a new quiz drops. In the meantime, put your score in the comments. We hope to see you again. Same time, same cup.